Good afternoon to you. Well, this rather changeable weather is set to stay with us over the next few days. This afternoon will bring a good deal of cloud across northern Scotland, along with some sharp showers at times. Come further south and there will be bigger gaps between the showers, some brightness and sunshine at times too. Temperature-wise around 14 to 18 Celsius at best. Quite a cool feel in the north, in exposure to the northwesterly breeze. This evening the showers will fade, some late sunshine on offer for many, followed by clear skies for the most part overnight. Some showers and cloud lingering across the Northern Isles, and cloud gradually pushing into the southwest, followed by some rain. Quite a chilly night to come for this stage in July, particularly for inland areas under clear skies. To tomorrow then, and this area of low pressure and its associated weather fronts will continue to make inroads across southwestern, southern Scotland in the morning, turning persistent and at times heavy. That rain gradually reaching central areas as we go through the afternoon. Come further north, the brighter it'll be, along with a scattering of showers and a high of around 17 or 18 Celsius. To Tuesday night, that frontal system will pull away into the North Sea, and after a southwesterly wind for a time, we return to more of a northwesterly flow on Wednesday. It'll be a day of bright spells and some sunshine, along with some showers, which could be heavy at times, highs of around 19 Celsius. That's the forecast.
Hello. The weather's relatively cool and showery here in the UK, but let's talk about that heat wave in the Mediterranean. So by the end of Monday, we will have seen temperatures in the mid-40s in some spots from Spain to the central Med, and tomorrow could actually be the peak of the heat wave around parts of Sardinia and also into Italy. Rome likely to see temperatures around 40 degrees or more. But let's have a look at the past records. So they have been in the high 40s in recent years, and officially the highest temperature is actually 48 degrees Celsius in Athens in the late 70s. So we could be approaching those values, but not a guarantee. This is why we've got the heat wave in the south and the cooler air across the UK, all because of that jet stream and that fresher air coming in from the north. And this pattern is actually not likely to change for many more days, and in fact there are indications that for the rest of the month it is going to stay relatively on the cool side across most of the UK. But today it's a mixture of sunshine and showers. Where you see the lightning symbols, we may have 1 or 2 thunderstorms. Today's temperatures typically between around 17 to 22 degrees, maybe a little bit warmer in some of the sunnier spots further south. Now the weather is going to change eventually tonight and into tomorrow. Initially clear skies across the bulk of the UK, and then this next rather small area of low pressure but with heavy and persistent rain will sweep in. So we are expecting rain in Northern Ireland, through parts of Wales, the Irish Sea, and as this low tracks across this central swathe of the British Isles, it will deliver rather a lot of rain to places like Lancashire, and particularly Cumbria I think is going to be wet through the course of Tuesday. And on top of that, extensive cloud, lighter rain further south too, and it will be cool across this central area of the British Isles with temperatures of around 15 or 16 degrees Celsius. Better weather in the south, around 23 in London, and actually not a bad day in Scotland on Tuesday with temperatures in the mid or the high teens. That low pressure fizzles away, moves towards the east. Behind it, come Wednesday, the weather does clear up a little bit, and we are going to have a fairly fresh northwesterly winds, scattered showers with some sunny spells, and those temperatures between 18 and 23. Bye-bye. Hello. The heat wave across southern parts of Europe is expected to last for a few more days, and in fact there are indications that above average temperatures will persist for the rest of the month across this region of Europe underneath those clear skies and the high pressure. The peak in the heat will occur on different days across southern parts of Europe. So Tuesday is in fact expected to be the hottest day across this region of the Mediterranean, particularly the central Mediterranean. Monday and Tuesday we'll see those temperatures rising. In fact, if we look at Sardinia, it's up to about 46, maybe 47 degrees Celsius. The record is about 48. We could be coming close to the record through the middle part of the week. And then towards the end of the week, it does look as though that extreme heat is going to transfer further east across the Mediterranean. But this is Wednesday. Elsewhere across Europe, a scattering of showers. There's some thunderstorms developing, and it is very warm across many parts of the continent, but that heat is most certainly confined to the southern half of Europe. In fact, if you look at London, only 22 degrees Celsius, and across parts of Scandinavia, the temperatures are actually below the average for the time of the year. Rome, typically in the mid-30s over the coming days, but Athens, that extreme heat is heading for you as we head into the weekend in excess of 40 degrees Celsius. That's it for me. Bye-bye. Hello, thanks for joining me. Time to get a check on the weather, and we'll have a look at the forecast for the African continent first. Here's the latest satellite picture, and you can see where all the individual storms have been developing in the last 24 hours or so. So pretty stormy, showery across western parts of the tropics, a few clusters of storms around the heart of the continent as well, but also a lot of dry weather, so some big gaps between these areas of heavy rain. In Cairo, 38 degrees Celsius, 15 southern tip of the continent there in Cape Town, and actually will turn quite chilly in South Africa over the next few days as we see a cold wave spreading through. So places like Johannesburg, Port Elizabeth will experience lower temperatures. Elsewhere across the continent, in Casablanca, temperatures will be typically in the mid or the high 20s. A lot of dry, sunny weather to come here. Now let's have a look at the Middle East. Plenty of hot sunshine. Of course, it's been incredibly hot, particularly around the Persian Gulf. The water temperature there well in excess of 30 degrees Celsius. High humidity as well, so some pretty extreme conditions in some areas. But inland here, further north, Awaz there, 48 degrees Celsius. Doha, particularly hot at 46 degrees Celsius, and many of these major centres mid or high 40s, so very hot weather across this part of the world. But look at Kuwait there. That heat and sunshine is going to be relentless. Hello, Tomasz Szafanaka with your latest weather update for South and Central Asia. And the monsoon in the north of the continent at the moment, it has spread officially into Pakistan for quite some time now. So I think a mixture of storms here in northern parts of India, but also this low pressure here around West Bengal will be bringing big downpours, a lot of moisture across the Bay of Bengal at the moment being pushed northwards, also affecting Myanmar and all the way down towards the areas around the Andaman Sea. But let's take a closer look at Tuesday's weather forecast, and further north across the continent, plenty of heat. I mean, take a look at Astana there, 36 degrees Celsius. Tashkent will be around 40, and this heat you can see extends all the way into central parts of Asia. Karachi will be around 30 Celsius. Here's that monsoon wind off the Arabian Sea spreading across India, so these coastal areas here not too hot. In fact, Mumbai may not even make 30 degrees Celsius on Tuesday. Kolkata will be at around 32 Celsius. Remember, extensive cloud and rainstorms here with that area of low pressure. Now in Dhaka, we'll see temperatures in the mid-30s with plenty of rain showers there. Islamabad also a chance of some storms. The same goes for Colombo, and in New Delhi around the mid-30s and some heavy showers. Bye-bye. Hi, thanks for joining me. Let's see what the weather's doing across Australia and New Zealand in the short term. So through Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll see an area of high pressure around the Bight here, but weather fronts affecting western parts of Australia and also Tasmania, Victoria and New South Wales. So in these areas here, both sides of the continent, the weather will be somewhat unsettled, whereas central areas of the Bight here, underneath that high pressure, enjoying sunshine. Now, high pressure is also on Tuesday affecting most of the North Island of New Zealand, but further south, we have that onshore wind off the Tasman bringing some rain. And a selection of city forecasts. The weather's not bad at all in Sydney for most of the week, but in Perth it is going to be a lot more changeable. Over towards Asia Pacific now, and we have a tropical cyclone menacing the South China Sea here. Landfall is imminent and we are expecting damaging winds and heavy rain as well. Not the worst of typhoons or tropical cyclones, that is, but it is a nasty storm system as it moves into mainland China. South of that, a scattering of heavy showers across Vietnam into Thailand as well, and dry conditions there across Borneo and also central areas of Indonesia. In Beijing, hot sunshine over the coming days. Bye-bye. Hello, thanks for joining me. The major weather story in North America is, of course, the extreme heat, particularly across the southern states here. Here's the latest satellite picture, though. You can see a few storms breaking out in the deep south, and it's also been very stormy in the northeast of the continent with flash flooding through the course of the weekend. But in terms of the hot air, it has been spreading in from the south, moving northwards, but not quite affecting the Great Lakes region or the Midwest. Here, the temperatures will actually be somewhat below the average for the time of the year. But let's have a look at the weather on Tuesday across British Columbia there, a scattering of showers, dry for the Pacific Northwest, most of the Rockies, and here we just have a scattering of showers, the heat of the day developing 1 or 2 storms. I want to point out the heat in Phoenix, 116, 117 degrees Fahrenheit. That's about 47 degrees Celsius, incredibly hot even for this part of the world. The average is closer to about 40, which is hot enough, I'm sure you'll agree. Now, the weather on Tuesday, eastern parts of the continent, you can see showers there from the northeast of the United States. Showers also breaking out across Florida, but again, that heat is the story as it spreads across the southern states over the next few days. Much more comfortable in Toronto, 25 Celsius with some sunshine. Bye-bye. Hello. We've some chilly weather across parts of Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, into Bolivia as well. This is cold air all the way from the southern climes, which has spread more or less across the southern half of South America, and these temperatures will remain below the average for a few more days before we start to see things warming up later in the week. But let's take a closer look at Tuesday's weather forecast, and you can see where the heavy showers are around western parts of the Amazon and to the north, but large areas of Brazil there underneath the clear skies, around 28 Celsius in Brasilia. A weather front notice grazing the coast there heading towards Rio, so there'll be some rain showers, and we've also weather fronts sweeping into Chile there, bringing some wind and rain. Let's have a look at the city forecasts. In Buenos Aires, temperatures will be down to 10 degrees Celsius by Tuesday, but look how those values rise as we head towards the weekend, back up to about 24 degrees Celsius. Now, central parts of America and the Caribbean, it's the usual picture, so a scattering of showers through the Yucatan into Nicaragua, Honduras, and a scattering of showers also across the rest of the Caribbean. In Santo Domingo, temperatures will get up to about 31 degrees Celsius, so business as usual on the weather front here. San Jose, though, you can see plenty of showers and a chance of 1 or 2 thunderstorms. Thanks for watching.